Okay guys, gonna work on these primary cats, pre-cats, whatever you'd like to call them. I did one of them already with pictures, put it on the forum. So basically we've been discussing how, and this camera's gonna move around a little bit because I can't find my tripod, but basically we're gonna discuss how these pre-cats fail, or primary cats fail. Primary if you're considering that it's the first ones coming from the exhaust manifold or the header, and the secondaries being right here rather. So okay, and you guys probably saw already that this one was done. So let me see if I can zoom out. Now I actually had cut this all the way, left a hinge spot on the back, bent it down, gutted it out, and when I got ready to close it back up, I decided, if you look at the bottom of this cat, see it looks like someone actually hit it with a hammer here and here. I'm pretty sure what that is from the clearance of the cats and the road. I don't know if somebody speed bumps or whatever it was, and this one was just as bad, so I just decided to go ahead and I cut the whole thing off. Banged it back down the best I could, and the plate came off, so I tack welded it back in there, and then used high temp paint to try to make the weld look not as new, so they would kind of mask the fact that it had been opened up and gutted. I believe that's probably, at least that's my opinion, that's the reason why they pancaked these downpipes. I hate it. You know, I know that's very restrictive exhaust flow there. But I'm thinking if you replaced them and opened them back up, eventually you would probably get them pancaked again. And let me just show you an example of what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can get this light. If you'll look on the bottom of these, even you see the scrub marks. So even with these pancaked, they were hit. And I don't know if that's, again, I don't know if it was I'm sorry guys if the camera's all messed up. I don't know if it was from speed bumps or what, but I do know that if they were any fatter in that area, that eventually, you know, if one misstep, not paying attention driving, and they're going to be all banged up just like these cats were. Okay, so let's get into this. Essentially what we're going to do is, this is the passenger side cat. Again, the driver's side was already done. We spoke about how, let me see if I can move this back a little bit. We spoke about how essentially after you drop the splash pan, you're going to use the bracket. You'll take the bracket off. This bracket actually goes up in here. You see the two bolt holes, 13 millimeter. I removed this heat shield, and the back up top here is 10 millimeter, and back here is 10 millimeter. If you're gonna, I loosened this up this time, the O2. If you're gonna take this off, you're gonna need a 10 millimeter. Let me see if I can turn this light around. You're gonna need a 10 millimeter for this one here to be able to release the whole thing. So I'm gonna actually take that off as well, and then you're gonna have to come back here. You're gonna have to pull this out. If you push this up here with a screwdriver, there's another one on top. This will slide out, and then you'll be able to remove the safety clip, and this will come right off, and then you can pull this out because you've already unbolted it. And then the whole O2 sensor, it'll give you clearance. I didn't even take it out on the other one. So maybe let me just flip around. I'm sorry guys, I know the camera is probably moving around a lot, but let me flip around and show you what I'm gonna do. I put a watch that I had so that we could actually maybe do a time assessment of it. So here's the original cat can, primary cat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a 3-inch diameter salt. Let me just show you that. You don't have to use anything expensive. I'm going to use an electric one. I do have one that goes an air one, but just for the purposes of this, it can be something cheap. This came from Harbor Freight, 3-inch cutoff wheel, metal cutoff wheel. I think you can get a package of these for like, I don't know, $14. So essentially going to take this. We're going to go right around that bottom seam all the way around, and if you look, there's a little bit of a clearance. You know, you shouldn't really be concerned with that because we're going to leave a hinge piece on the back of this so that we literally can open the can up, pull the can down this way. We don't need but just a little bit of clearance anyhow, because it's all ceramic in here. As soon as you hit it, it's just going to come all out. And so the other thing we're going to do is, this is already split. This is already split here. I already did this. So but what I'm going to do is, before I start that, I'm going to put a rag inside this so I can just pull the rag out when I'm all done. Of course, we're going to blow all this out of here. We're going to clean it out, vacuum it out first. I might stop because it looks like, I don't know, I think this is restricted. You can see the concrete, even the concrete marks or skid marks on it from when it was hit, from somebody bottoming them out. Anyway, so essentially that's what we're going to do. I'm going to put the camera, I'm just going to put the camera on pause, and I'm sorry if the quality of the camera is bad. This is the only camera I could find. I try to get lighting and everything. So let's open this can up. Let me see, let me look at my watch. So we got about 6:15. Let me open the can up. I'll take it off pause. We'll see how much time we're really spending to do this whole operation just to gut this. And again, we're going to have the ECU flash by Eurocharge.com to do away with even reading the sensors for the O2, so that we don't have to worry about it. And essentially the reason why we're doing it again is because when these fail, when these detonate and become shrapnel, they go downstream, go into your main cats. Again, here, they go into your main cats, tear them all up, and they're just gonna, you know, it messes up everything all the way down, and it's gonna be costly. I haven't even messed with the main cats, nor did I take the resonator out. And for some reason, this was more pressing of importance because of the form, so I might actually take that out. I'm not much for it, and I probably will just put straight pipes in, because I'm not for the whole, you know, $1,150 price tag that they're trying to get out of these things. Anyway, so let me put you on pause, and then I'll take it off pause and show you after I've split it, or after I've cut it, and then I'll show you how I'm going to split it. Okay guys, so let's see. It is, what, 6:25, a little after. So we start at 6:15. So what I did, you'll see, let's see, open it up. Now what I did, also, let me maybe, for technique, something a little easier. If you use it, let's see, you see this weld? If you take the grinder, the cutoff wheel rather, and you push it right up to that weld, and use that as a guide to go around, all the way around, it'll help you to keep your weld, your cut straight here too. Now when you get on the back side, you're going to see that it dipped down. Let me see if I can move this light a little bit. Sorry guys, again, if I'm shaking the camera too much. Okay, so you see it dips down in the back here. Now this is my hinge. I'm purposely using this hinge so that I don't have to try to, now I'm going to have to anyway, but for you, if your whole bottom isn't dented, because I'm going to probably continue to cut this all the way around and cut this off, completely drop it, and then re-weld it. But in order to do that, what I'm going to do is, well, first I'm going to gut the cat. I'm going to put marks on, I'm going to actually take the cutoff wheel and put marks on it like this and around it, so that when I go to put this back up, those marks will tell me how to align this so that it's perfectly straight like it is now. You might have to, in the hinge, you might have to push this out a little bit, and what I did is, to get this rag in it, I just took a regular screwdriver and just pushed the rag all the way up into blocking that part of the exhaust off, because we're about to hammer all of this out. So now, as you can see, you can just open it up and it'll pull down. Now you can use a screwdriver to initially open it up. Let me see if I can do this with one hand. I know I'm bouncing this camera. You could also just get any type of hammer and just use this and pry it open like this. So you can use this, pry it open. If you have a wedge would work great. If you have a block of wood, just to open it up. Now you're not worried about this part, because we'll be able to vacuum all this out or blow it out with compressed air. We'll split this a little bit more and blow all that out with compressed air, and not full-on compressed air where you're blowing it everywhere, but just enough compressed air just to blow it out. Now what I do, I would rather you just probably grab your wife's vacuum cleaner. Your wife probably won't be happy, but it's a lot easier just to vacuum it all out and then use compressed air to blow it out. So as you can see, it's split. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna plug it up, and all of you're gonna see this come out. So I'm gonna put you on pause. I would like to actually show you in the process, so let me see if I can do that. I'm gonna put you on pause, hook everything up, and come back. Okay guys, so here we go. I'm actually using an old sanding block that I had for a wedge. It's a little soft, but it keeps it open. Also, before I forget, you're not going to use the smaller air chisel that you have. Try to use your longer one. And so basically what you'll see is, let me bring this close. I know I've got to be bouncing this camera all over the place. Sorry, I'm not into professional photography or any of that, so let's see if we can get right in here so we can show you. So you can see that the honeycomb is there. So what we're going to do is basically take this, and you'll just see it just all come apart. It's all ceramic. All you got to do is hit it a little bit, and it's all going to come out of there. So okay, so as you can see, it's just coming right out. You're going to keep doing that if you need to. Again, you can see that it's not really opened up all that much. It's going to be perfect for just closing it back up. After you vacuum it out, you use the vacuum attachments to do it. If you can't get in there and you can't pry it open enough, just use it. After you've split it like this, just use a standard long screwdriver. You'll be able to dig it right out. It'll be fine. So let me just finish this up, and then I'll take you off pause again. Okay, so here we are. Now I wanted to show you something after I was cleaning out the cat. Let me do the time check real quick. So the time right now is, I'm sorry, let me pull my shirt out the way. Time. So let's see, we started at 6:15, right? So we're a little past 6:40. We're almost done. And let's see. Okay, now let's see if I can get this light in here and also the camera. Now what I'm looking to try to show you is the debris that you should have. Ah, shoot. Let's see. So in this hole, I'm trying to figure out how I can show you this. Let me just dig it out. Let me do it this way. So in this hole in the top part, what you have to be careful from is when you're gutting this, you want to make sure that you dig out all the contents. There's a black ring, and you can see this kind of, I know you can see kind of reflection of white stuff right here. This is insulation. So you're digging all this insulation out, but specifically, yeah, let me just set the camera down. I'm going to dig this black ring out so I can show it to you. Okay, so there's this black ring. I'm going to show you. Let me see. I don't know if you can see it. So I dug this out of the top, and we're going to bring this right out. This is the last stuff. After you get all your white insulation out, this is the last thing you want to look for. You don't want to leave the ring in it so that it breaks up. I'm trying to turn it out, the camera on and everything like that. Come on. So this is the black ring, and it's actually up in, when you're looking in this, okay, you see there's still some white insulation. I'm gonna dig that out, but when you're looking inside the can, it's right up past that, almost to the top of this white this weld inside. Okay, so let me just pause you. I just wanted to show you that while I had it, and then we'll we'll come back. Okay, so we're pretty much done. Now let's see, the time is a little past 6:45, 6:48 I think. And we're done. So now what you would do is you reassemble. You're just going to push this back up using the excuse me, the hinge. Line up the lines so that when you close it back up, just tack it. You can tack it around on each side, and then of course you know, I'm not really going to get into welding technique on this, but I just wanted to show you how to do it. You can also use a little blower, and remember this is closed off and it's open up at top, so you can actually blow the air back through, but don't blow so much air that you're blowing the stuff up into this header either, because you don't want to do that. So you can do that. You can use your hole for your O2 sensor, put compressed air in there, but remember just a little bit to blow everything out. Vacuum, blow it out, but just be careful when you do it. But that's it, and then you're just going to push it up and you're going to weld it back together and just reassemble all the parts that you have. Now I'm actually going to take this off because I can't stand this being all beat in, and maybe I can show you, maybe not too. I wish I had a good flashlight or a good camera that you could actually see how far pushed up this is in this part, and I just don't want it restricting any type of exhaust flow. So I'm going to do it exactly like this, and this is, I don't know if I got a good photo of this side. I know guys that the camera is shaking all over the place, and I'm very sorry, but I don't have a tripod or anything to move. So this is this weld. So I try to keep it uniform. A grinder is your best friend on this situation, because what I'm trying to do is I'm wanting it to look as one weld. The bottom part, of course, is wider now than the top one, but still, and use a flat black flame resistant paint to just kind of cover the weld. But that's what this one looks like. As you can see, that now it's all bowed down again because I took this one completely off to bang it out. Now it's already hooked up. This one's already done. It's already hooked up. So I don't know what else I could show y'all guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it helped a lot of people.